You're listening to Channel 98.9 FM, Corry's Radio Alternative. This is Silvis, and it's time now for Blue Zone's Project Corry Speaker Series. And with me in the studio today, once again, is Ashley Lawson. She's the public policy advocate for Blue Zone's Corry Project, and Michelle Armendarize, and she's the public health coordinator with the Erie County Department of Health. Thanks for coming in, ladies. So tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
We are going to talk about smoking cessation.
That's a good topic.
It is. Michelle, do you think a lot more people are thinking about quitting smoking these days with everything that's going on in the world?
Yes. Amid a pandemic, it's really important for people to seek out tobacco cessation services. So basically, with the pandemic right now, if you are a smoker, you are at an increased risk for contracting and having more complications with COVID-19.
I think overall people are looking more inward towards their health, and maybe they've had a little more time at home and with their families to think about what's really important to them, and realizing that they really enjoy spending time with their families and would like to be able to live longer, better, just like Blue Zone says, and spend more time with those people they care about most. We offered a traditional smoking cessation class here in Corry at the High Ed at the start of the year for people who are looking to quit smoking as a New Year's resolution. But with everything that's going on now, is there any way coming up that a person could take part in virtual smoking cessation?
Yeah, so the Erie County Department of Health serves 13 counties in the northwest region of Pennsylvania, and Corry, of course, is part of that. So we are currently working on rolling out a virtual cessation program. So what happened was, of course, there is an increased risk of contracting COVID-19 with, more in-person interaction. So the goal was to eliminate that. And in all honesty, this is something we weren't prepared for as a tobacco cessation program. So it's really interesting how it's playing out, but we are in the process of developing a virtual cessation class that could be accessible by the majority of the population who is interested in quitting smoking or any tobacco product, vaping, chew, things like that.
That's really interesting because especially being out here in Corry, we know that transportation can be a challenge for people, and it's really time consuming when a class, might be an hour and a half long, but then you're also counting in an hour drive time to and from Erie each way, which is why we tried to bring them to Corry. But now if people can do them from the comfort of their own home, not only are they helping themselves in the way that they're quitting smoking, but they are also exposing themselves less to people and being out in the environment. If someone enrolls in a tobacco cessation class, can you tell me a little bit about it? Like, how long is it? What do they expect? How supportive is the environment?
So I'd like to say that everyone there is there for the ultimate end goal, to quit smoking. And whatever your reason is, there is help for you. There are going to be people who are in the exact same situation as you. Maybe you have a health concern that's really kind of triggering the interest in quitting now. So, your family wants you to quit because they want you to live better, longer. And so we really just want to encourage people that no matter what your goal is or what your reason for getting to the class, the important thing is you're showing up. And so we like to remind people, though, that quitting smoking is not an easy task. You've been addicted, and we're here to help you. So I think the important thing is to remember that it takes people, anywhere from 5 to 10 attempts over their lifetime to actually quit smoking. It's not, a walk in the park. It's not an overnight thing, and each person is different. So we really try to be a supportive and encouraging environment as a class. But again, the great thing about a group cessation class is everyone is there for the same reasons. And so I really want to encourage people to just take that leap of faith because we do provide the resources for you to be able to do it. And so that's why we decided to go with a virtual cessation group class. So we have a really great platform that we're working on and kind of rolling this out. And people are basically going to be able to just go to a website, click on a form, put your name and your information that we need from you, and then you can start this class almost immediately. So we have about probably 5 people who are ready to start administering these classes virtually. We're just waiting to kind of get all of our software finalized and then roll this out within the next few weeks.
How much does it cost to quit smoking?
It's free. So free is for me. So thankfully, we have the funding right now to be able to provide these services for free to anyone who lives within our 13 counties in the Northwest region. Because Corry is in Erie County, of course, this area does qualify for that free support. And so one of the great things right now is we still have the availability of free tobacco cessation products. So your traditional gum, patch, and lozenge, still completely free at the moment. So we're hoping to be able to continue to secure this funding to provide this. But basically, if you show up to class for the first few weeks and, get everything that we need, we can provide that gum, patch, or lozenge to you free of charge. And for anyone who, is still wary about, doing a tobacco cessation class, there are other resources as well. So we have the Pennsylvania Free Quit line as well, which is 1-800-QUIT-NOW. And they will actually mail you right now a gum, patch, or lozenge, whatever, you decide is going to work best for you. But it is still, set up similar like a class, but it's more one-on-one with someone over the phone.
So there are choices if you're the type of person who wants accountability, or if you think you can try it on your own. There are a couple options for you.
This is Blue Zones Project Corry Speaker Series, and we're talking with Ashley Lawson from the Blue Zones, as well as Michelle Armendarize from Erie County Department of Health.
How many weeks is smoking cessation class normally?
So typically it can be about a 4 to 6 week class, depending on class size, depending on time. With this virtual cessation program, we're actually, thinking that it's going to take less time because you're cutting out, transportation, of course. You're cutting out a number of factors that get people to and from class, because we've had people leave class early because they have another appointment to make. So basically right now is we're going to be able to do more with less. So we're thinking it's probably only going to be about a 4 to 5 week class right now. And, depending on the needs of the class, if we need to go week 6, we can do that. But traditionally, it's about a 4 to 5 week.
That's really exciting. That means by 2021, a bunch of people out there could have already quit smoking.
Correct. But again, we encourage everyone, if you don't make it the first time, it's okay. Keep trying. You don't have a limit on the number of classes you can take. You can keep coming back. So we have no problem with people, taking that extra class. We still have people who have actually been successfully quit for years now, but still come back to our tobacco cessation classes to be more supportive of their peers who are also trying to quit smoking. So it's really nice because, there are people who can relate to you and who have successfully kind of had their story to be able to share with everyone else.
Part of Blue Zone's mission to always find a way that fits your purpose in life to give back to your community. So there's a really unique way of doing it.
How can people get more information about the smoking cessation program?
Sure. So the Erie County Department of Health, we're always available. The phone number is 814-451-6700. Again, that's 451-6700. And basically, we will go through the process and see what your needs are. If you're more interested, in a group cessation class, if you're interested in the PA Free Quit line, there's a ton of options, but we start with that phone number. So it's a really great, easy way just to segue into seeing if this is the right fit for you, because it could be the right fit for you, but maybe not the right time. And we never want to pressure someone to quit tomorrow. When you're ready, you're going to be ready, and only you can really determine that.
Right. With COVID-19 being an upper respiratory disease, are smokers more susceptible to the symptoms?
Yes. So smokers are at a higher risk for contracting COVID. There are some studies right now that show that COVID-19 can thrive in smoke. So we have found, and you're free to look up those articles and do that research, but we have learned that the virus can carry through the air more easily with smoke. And so it's really important for you and for other people, to kind of separate that space and make sure that everyone's breathing, free, clean, healthy air, because that's the ultimate goal here. And so if you are a tobacco smoker, though, because there are already, complications with smoking and that upper respiratory issue, it can only be exacerbated if you contract COVID-19. So we really want to make sure that everyone's taking the proper precautions, even if you're not a smoker, making sure you're kind of staying away from those areas where smoking might be a little bit more prominent.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Michelle. And Ashley, what else is happening with Blue Zones?
Well, of course, we are still at the farmers market every Friday through the month of August, and we are giving you a chance to win one of 3 crock pots each week. All you have to do is make a purchase at the farmers market and then come on over, visit Shannon or I, and we'll enter you in a drawing to win. And we give away 3 each week, so your odds are pretty darn good. And you know what? Let's see if anybody comes over and says they heard us talking either about the farmers market or smoking cessation on 98.9. We'll give them an extra chance to win.
Ooh, all right.
And then on Friday, September 4th, big day here in town, the next First Friday, Shannon and I will be downtown talking about the active transportation plan and the outcomes of the survey that was out here in the community. And if you are willing to give us your input on that, we'll enter you in a chance to win a brand new bicycle. So
Great.
lots of fun stuff going on. You can always find us on Facebook at BZP Corry, where I'm sure you can also find our friends at the health department and reach out and keep track of what's going on to help you live longer, better.
And the Corry Farmers Market, that's every Friday from 9 till 1, I believe.
9 till 1 in City
At
Park.
the City Park. Okay. Ashley Lawson from the Blue Zones and Michelle Armendarize from the Erie County Department of Health. Thanks for coming in today.